adapting and just really having to stand on performance. Hotba is certainly showing up strong on that Sigma for his team.
Lutta got the flashbang, unable to finish that one off though, and Rio's gonna take down a couple. Fitz trying to equalize, but only a single trade. And now Guangzhou Charge will take the lead on the first point of Busan. Comes back in. That's a nice sound barrier there.
Yeah, perfectly timed there from Toby. Thought that there'd be a little bit more follow-up, but it's not the case. The trade fluxes, but it's Marvel gets focused down. Eileen finds the kill. Quick trade here. Rio and Nero going down for the charge, and it's going to be the Seoul Dynasty fighting back, and they are going to get the flip on the point.
Eileen gets a couple, but now Guangzhou have put themselves one fight away from taking this very first point.
He gets no value from the barrage. You were looking for a couple of kills there to turn it around. That could have been the hero play. Instead, Fitz kills himself. It's all over the place right now. Seoul Dynasty losing players. Jaehong got naded, but he barely survives.
As the Desperation Barrage was shut down immediately there, and now Guangzhou's just going to be trickling back in, looking for a miracle. But without Eileen to try to bring this back, it's going to be tough. They're getting kills here and there.
Yeah, the Charge, they never give up. They never say die. Hotba with 2. This might be it. They can turn it around right here. The Charge still in this fight. It's 99-99. Whoever wins this fight is going to take the first point of this series.
Eileen comes in huge and gets a couple of late kills.
Unbelievable.
It's Hotba who brought that back entirely.
No challenge. Well, there it is, actually. The Coalescence, as soon as it comes online, no hesitation, and Fitz catches Shu out. That's a big kill to kick things off. The Moira gone is going to severely impact the healing, and a great play from Fitz. Hunts down Hotba, and while the Charge won't have had control for long.
Should be about 30 by the time it ends. There's a nice little delay from Chara, but it will be Seoul picking it back up.
That'd be so much burst. See if it happens. There's the flux over the top. Catches 3, sets it up. Down they go, and Eileen's there for the cleanup. Works out perfectly. Once again, the communication here on the side of the Charge between Hotba and Eileen has been stellar.
Eileen does die late, but it doesn't really matter. The Charge will take this one back.
Blossom throwing in now. Nero trying to make a play. He goes down. Jaehong there to beam him. Now you get the Meteor Strike through as well. Fitz, he's got no way out. He has to get some kind of value here. Good support coming in from his teammates, and the Sound Barrier gets thrown in as well by Toby. Nice delay there. Really trying to churn it around here on the Charge. 2 kills for the Soul, and there's a third, and it's a wipe. Seoul Dynasty gonna tie it up.
A later and more impactful Sound Barrier by Toby was the tail of that fight.
Waiting for it, and Hotba still looking for it. They're gonna be even now in terms of flux, so it's now about who finds the best opening. Marvel maybe thinking it. Oh, what a snipe! Drops the rock right on him.
Shu got rocked!
Oh, and Rio and Shu, well, Shu died, but Rio gets flattened. Marvel gets rid of Hotba the old-fashioned way. Oh, what a snipe!
From downtown, it gets Nero from a mile away. Hotba may be doing damage with the regular old primary, but Marvel has gone to the lab with the accretion.
So sick. Oh, there's another one. Just, let him know.
It might be my new favorite thing to witness in the game. Long distance, just chucking a rock.
We'll have the bomb as well here from Rio shortly, so they can amp up that damage, but it's Shu to open things up with the Coalescence. Toby getting picked by Eileen to kick things off, but it's only Toby and he didn't have barrier. So Jaehong has still got the Coalescence. It's a matter of when he decides to use it. And it's just getting a bit out of hand here for Seoul Dynasty, and it looks like they're not going to throw this fight away. They're going to give up and just reset.
When you're sitting at 99, you just always have the luxury of trying to reset and get back.
Really patient, but yep, set up the shield, move on through as a group here together. Marvel, eyes on him now. He's got the flux. Meteor Strike is in. That's Fleta opening it up with the help of Fitz. They don't even need to, but he's going to go ahead and throw it in anyway. Seoul Dynasty just looking to end this fight right here, right now, and take the lead in the series. Point will get flipped. Anybody here? No, it's not going to happen. They're not going to be able to touch it in time. Nobody can make it for the Charge, and it's the Seoul Dynasty taking the first map of the series.
Seoul's done such a great job of controlling space with their ultimates. Fitz goes in really aggressive because he knows he can Meteor Strike out. Then everyone's backing away from the Meteor Strike. They back right into the Death Blossom. That's it. That's how Seoul wins the fight.
Drop on the Moira in terms of ult Charge. Always feels like he's lagging a little bit behind, but
he's used to having to aim.
Yeah, right. Make that joke. I was thinking about it earlier too. Well, great minds, all that. Shu though, gonna beat down Toby. And so far, Seoul Dynasty, they're fighting back. Fitz doesn't matter, he gets the dead eye. He's a dead man, and the Charge is running right through the defense. It's going to be the Charge taking over the first point and unlocking the payload.
2 very early kills, and then the Seoul Dynasty had to rotate through the hotel. It's not an ideal place, especially when a Moira orb can come through.
Which is harder to get out of. And so far, the Charge, they're struggling. They're struggling mightily Hex. They're hitting the arms. Can't quite break out of it though. Seoul Dynasty, they're cranking back. They got the knee at the spine and they're not letting go.
Everybody hits their ultimates that had him. Rio's gonna get supercharger. We'll see if he drops it down to just try to keep him alive. Meanwhile, Coalescence coming out from the other side. The flanking Sigma.
It's a thing. All of a sudden you're getting stuns coming out of nowhere. He's just cranking away. Marvel doing a great job here on the Sigma, starting to come into his own. Here, take that.
Maybe you can teleport in Death Blossom, Sound Barrier. You gotta use everything here.
Yep, it's just all in chaos. Let's go. Baywall is there defensively from the Seoul Dynasty. Fitz has still got his Blossom ready, and Marvel can stabilize as well. They've just traded places at this point, but there it is. The Flux thrown in. Do they find a pick? No, Chara's able to get his Sound Barrier off in time. Still a lot of pressure getting poured in here on the charge, and Seoul Dynasty are still hanging in this. Fitz bopped out of the way, but that's still a lot of damage going in with the Blossom. 2 kills for the Seoul Dynasty, and the charge, despite their teleporting antics, are not able to break the defense.
Seoul did a great job of recognizing the ultimate they had to deny, and it happened to be Shu. He was using Coalescence, but they all filtered him out. Shu was on the other side of the archway while his team was in there fighting because Seoul boxed him out. Victory Blizzard right there.
Sick work there.
No.
But they know they got the kill on Hotba. What are they waiting for? Get in there. You have an opportunity. Go for the throat.
It's still Buzzy the position now. Now you got him back in the corner.
Chara nowhere to hide. He gets picked. And there's the Seoul Dynasty. They smash him. The charge sent packing, and the Seoul Dynasty, they get the job done.
Yeah, and guess where the charge are going to spawn? It's barely on the same map. It'll buy you the space you need. Vince can go as aggressive as he wants because he's got the escape. There's the escape.
Right on through, right on the top. Hotba splattered flat. Now Eileen's gone as well. Rio's not going to be rushed along either. Vince on a murderous tear. Wiping them out, and that is the Seoul Dynasty closing out the map in fine style. 2-0. Lead in the series. This is first to 4. They're halfway there.
Seoul Dynasty just took Guangzhou's map pick. Guangzhou, by all accounts, was way better on King's Roll, but Seoul Dynasty had the plan. They executed. Let's see what our halftime crew has to say. Just about, but he gets out alive. A nice haul is going to pull people off of the high ground, take away that position immediately. Well played there by Rio.
Nice attempt at a pounce there. They do take Michelle eventually. Toby also caught out in the open. Not going to help things here for the Seoul Dynasty, but the Seoul Dynasty, turns out they still have a barrier to hide behind. Sigma is still alive. Jaehong takes out Hotba as well. Things could get a little dicey here for the charge on the push if the Dynasty play this well, but we've lost Jaehong. There's a lot of your throughput gone by the wayside.
Another barrier comes in from both sides. Both doors blocked by barriers, but it does seem like Guangzhou should be able to finish this one up as Eileen gets spins. Marvel will fall after. And already a much better looking map for Guangzhou than yesterday against Chengdu. Their supercharger's gonna come out.
Yeah, oh, and then Eileen. Perfect way to open it up. Fitz is gone. Toby with the sound barrier though. Trying to keep his team up, and it is working so far. Shu has to stay alive. He needs to get to be here to provide the healing for his team as Eileen flattens Michelle. Big kills coming in here for the charge. They can make all the difference. Jaehong caught it out in the open. Happy finding 2, and that should be the Seoul Dynasty. The defense has finally been cracked here, Hex.
Able to get it through, even though there was a nice accretion on his Shu during his ultimate. It is the ultimate ability and usage from the Guangzhou charge.
Hey, we've seen how effective this strategy can be on this map. You get the teleporter down, right across the open ground, and straight up looking for the fight. No hesitation whatsoever here on the side of Seoul Dynasty. Hoping to pull a fast one on the charge. And Charge are running the similar strategy to what we saw yesterday versus the Hunters. Yeah. They've got Happy on Ash.
Eileen gets called out though, caught out rather, and eliminated very early. So Happy's got to get some work done on this Ash if they want any chance. A big anti opens things up, a huge anti from Shu.
Yeah, Vince is gone. That's a lot of damage. Pressure's gone, but they're trading it back. And Shu dying isn't going to help things, but Happy's out in the open. Full shots right to the face, and he's making life difficult here for the Seoul Dynasty. Who is contesting on the point right now? It looks like it's Eileen who's got that body on there, but he's gone. And now the Seoul Dynasty, very quick first take of the point. 6 minutes in the bank to work with. Going for the long wrap around, hoping to catch somebody on the charge out of position. But there it is. We're going to get the flux on one side and countered by the other. Sound barrier used by Toby. Charge didn't have his online. That might come back to hurt the charge. Plenty of pressure getting poured on here by the Seoul Dynasty, and it's a sweep of the defense. Real progress getting made here on the second point, and the Seoul Dynasty, they've done it all right.
It's the second time that a better barrier has won Seoul Dynasty. At least some progress on this fight. A last second, the barrier now comes out from Chara as his team in desperation mode just hit touch the point.
Oh man, Eileen's got blasted though. Happy with the double, and nobody's on the point. Michelle, you look confused.
I get the Sigma, who's getting a ton of support. They do get a stun on him in the back right now. Sigma will live.
Oh,
Mistime punch.
That's crazy. The block. Eileen right now, he's desperately trying to find a kill. But it's his teammates who will do it. Chara and Shu. Finally, it works out here for the charge. Eventually, something had to give, and it turns out it's the Seoul Dynasty's backs.
It comes from that initial knockoff of Marvel on the high ground. That means they have one less barrier up top, which means you can't fight up top. And they all have to leave, and then a couple people get isolated trying to peel for Marvel, trying to keep him alive.
Yeah, both sides have it this time, Jaehong.
But look at this.
There to manage.
Hatpa's got the flux, and Marvel's so far away. Marvel almost dead! Oh, barely lives.
There it is. Oh, crap. So many on the side of Seoul as well. Terrific damage going out onto the defense now. Seoul Dynasty already down a man. That's not going to help things. Marvel, that's putting him even further behind on the flux.
Flutter's got to live. Flutter's got Blizzard. Oh, Flutter almost had Blizzard.
This might be it. 2 ticks, looking for a third. Here it is, entirely possible for the charge to just steamroll them, and they do just that. Teleport across the open ground. Teleport is set up. Everybody across. An instant reaction this time from the charge. They were ready for it. They were ready for it. Perfect play here from the charge. You're not going to pull a fast one on us like that again.
Fool me once.
Nope, I'm not pulling a George Bush. Did he get out? Not quite able to open it up the way the charge did to them.
What are you doing, Chara?
Rolling, man. Rolling, and now he's dead. He doesn't have to worry about anything anymore, Hex. That's how it works. There you go, 2 kills for the Seoul Dynasty.
He was all alone. Chara also had a terrible Horizon Lunar Colony yesterday, where he peeked twice and got Widowmaker twice.
That's a good point. Good to bring it up, yeah. Thanks for targets.
Chara tried for the redemption story. That barrier kept Guangzhou in this fight. No doubt about it. The flux comes in late.
Nice play to take Hoppa out of the picture, but now you got Marvel and Jaehong who are gone. Back and forth, but this favors the charge. They can keep coming through here, and it's the Dynasty who've got further to run.
Fleta is just pounding right now, though. Picks up too late. Chara is going to die. Is there going to be enough stall? They bring in the Diva to try to do just that.
Not again. Not again. 10 seconds. Gotta get on.
Yeah.
Gotta get on the point. Nice halt. Hot on the low ground. Perhaps he's vulnerable, but it's Eileen. Drops Marvel at the beginning of this fight, and that's not going to bode well here for the offense. Seoul Dynasty now on the back foot. Shu throws Jaehong as well, and they're just going to keep dropping like flies unless Seoul Dynasty can come up with some heroics here.
They get two very quickly, so would also like to get at least 1 tick onto the points. Not going to happen, though, as they got off of it very briefly, so it started reverting.
Sick call from Marvel. Rotated back onto the hamster, so now he's back into this. Could potentially create it for, Fitz is still alive and kicking. Him and Marvel are working together. Eileen is gone. Now you got Hotba putting in the fight, and finally he takes down Fitz. But that bought enough time for Rio to roll his way back into the point now as well.
What is happening?
This is unreal that they're still in this. Now you've got a Diva, that's Michelle. Anything to get you back to the point quickly. That's what Seoul Dynasty are going for right now. Fitz is going to have time to get back in here too, Hex. And then when you have that explosive power, he can actually just run in here and start dropping bodies. Unbelievable! Seoul Dynasty stabilized. Buffing everybody up. Hoppa, he's been so good with the fluxes so far. Does he get any value this time? No dodge, but Jaehong dies. No healing here for Seoul Dynasty, and it's looking like this time around, I'm going to call it, Hex. They gotta stabilize. No way!
It's only 1. It's 3-1 here, and if Seoul bring this back, then I don't know what to believe anymore. It will be Guangzhou holding on this defense. They will have 141 to at least tie up.
They give him a tick of permanent. It looks like they give him a tick of permanent. Maybe 2 here as well. When do Seoul Dynasty decide it's time to get into this point and contest? And it's now. Looking like it's now. Fleta. Oh, there's Happy. Once again, Fleta, now you gotta come up with the goods, buddy. But it's not enough. Eileen takes Michelle. Marvel is gone as well. This is the charge fighting back. This is the charge righting the wrongs.
I mean, Jaehong dies, but it's kind of Fleta's fault.
Damage mitigated for Dynasty so hot, but not getting the value from that flux, but his teammates are getting it done the old-fashioned way. Headshots will do just fine. Fleta and Toby.
Eileen should be able to get back in during this.
Back and forth now. Fitz is starting to blow him up. Shu and Chara dead. That's the back line gone here for the charge. Somebody focus. Hotba finally, but Happy's finding kills as well. 1 tick. 1 tick is all they need. Fleta's still here. Michelle is in roll. And now he's going to be on the hamster. How long can he survive? Can he roll his way out of this one? Just trying to play the fight. He's just trying to play the game. They're right on the edge. And what is this? A Marvel? He's on a ride.
There's a great preemptive meteor strike there to get the opposing.
Kill the lantern! Kill the lantern! Fleta's in there with the Blossom now.
We got a Winston on the field. We're in absolute chaos mode.
This is unbelievable. This is unreal. It's just going back and forth, but this has got to be it. The charge, they couldn't quite find it. They couldn't get it done. It's all on the Seoul Dynasty now, just collecting the kills. Hoppa rolling his way into the grave, and it will be a draw between these two teams.
It's a draw, but it feels like a win for the Seoul Dynasty. What's so impressive about them is some of the changes they made in crunch time, both on their offense to get their 5th point and on their defense to defend that one.
That's the way. As the flex comes through, I mean, I guess, yeah, just controlling gravity and doing all sorts of crazy things like this also makes you scratch your head and wonder. But they're trading kills back and forth here on both sides. It's a 1 point, it's a first point picked up here for the charge. 4 minutes 20 on the clock. And the Seoul Dynasty just continuing to fight back, but it feels like it's been just a never-ending battle here for both of these teams.
The boop off the bridge of finishing Meteor Strike. It was surprising Seoul was even continuing to fight there. Pulls 3 off the top. They don't have to worry about the high ground now.
Oh, there's the grab. Oh, gets ganked down. Big damage. Follow-up from Eileen. He's right there to collect the kills, and it's a wipe. Charge running right through him. A little bit of support from his teammates. And there it is. Once again, who's going to find the kill? That's why you have the fist. This is what the fist is capable of.
3 immediate kills for Eileen. And it's just a boulder rolling downhill when you get that Doom Fist going. Who's going to stop it? Time, well, not resetting, but like they're already so low.
Yeah, we do. Eileen. Yeah, that time was just clean. And I like how he held it as well to try and punch Marvel off the side. Shu with the coalescence, though, making it very difficult to find more kills here for the Seoul Dynasty. Instead, it's Hoppa and Shu.
He can't cut him out when Hoppa's still alive. He puts down so much damage on Sigma. They also have the Orisa, very difficult to kill. And now Shu's getting on the action.
Yes, Shu. Point in their general direction, and they will eventually, at some point, die. We've all played deathmatch against Morris.
I'm sorry for that, by the way.
Yes. There it is. They get the 3 points, but just sub 1 minute. Looking for the pound as it fits right now. He's got his Meteor Strike. He's going to be able to use it to zone him out. Zoning Strike. Pretty sick. And now he gets that high ground. Yeah, this is the clever stuff, the clever tech that you can use with this. But then it's not even going to help you. Hit your sleep. Doesn't matter. No coordination and no follow-up.
Welcome. What a nutty sleep.
Yeah, that's such a pain. Oh! Nice work there from Fleta. 1 for 1. He'll take that, and now it's Rio on his way to the glue factory. And there it is. 3 minutes 21 on the clock here. Ball there. You never know. You never know in these old cities. Oh, nice nade gets thrown in. Vincent Michelle. Being careful, but it's Nero coming up with the quad. Looking for the ace. Give it to him. Hoppa, you robber.
I'll call it though, it's still good. He was messing around on that rooftop the entire time and there was 0 pressure on him. So he could have done whatever he wanted, no one looked at it. He was above this whole time. They decide to rotate in and yeah, into the loving arms of a rocket barrage.
All I want is an ace hex.
Souls?
And well, Michelle hanging in. It's on Seoul Dynasty now. Come on, they need to keep their players alive. Eileen's the one to go next. And so far, Jaehong has been in the right place at the right time. He's kept his teammates up. And the Seoul Dynasty have got a fair shot at picking up a 2nd point and keeping their hopes alive on this map.
They're going to get it. I wonder if Nero is staying on this or if it was just the most optimistic barrage in the world. But I like the retreat from Guangzhou there. Again, it's a 1-fight scenario.
They heard him walking. They knew it was up. And Nero checked the corner. And it's going to be a big kill. You lose that burst potential now with Fitz out of the picture for the Seoul Dynasty. Soul Bear, it's not very used here by Toby, but you're going to get the flux, and it's just timed perfectly. He holds it long enough for Michelle to take the damage, and that is going to be a 1 fight here for the Charge, barring some miracle happening for the Seoul Dynasty, but it's not looking likely, and it's the Charge who will hold, and the Charge get on the board. 2-1 the score in the series as it stands.
2-1 the score. We're going into map 5 because of a previous draw, and the Charge look revitalized as Nero comes back in. To go in and out of the window, they're going to get the Hammond back on, but they got to start getting into the left side of the kill feed.
Oh, he's getting pounded. He is getting pounded. He is gone. Rio, no way. Now that's Fitz. He's just looking for a target. They're going to try and get in here and contest one after another. We have seen them very solid at this sort of work. Hey, you're dead.
It's
it's Nero kills him.
What?
How does that happen? Now you got a Blossom. Marvel's just going to absorb all that. Thanks for 3 barrier, bro. And Seoul Dynasty, I mean, 5 alive still for the Seoul Dynasty. They've still got all the advantage. Marvel finding the final blows and the flux just for good measure.
It's all over but the dying. Just needs some cleanup here right now. It is not going to go the Charge's way unless I have never seen a game of Overwatch in my life. That doesn't seem to be the case. Still 5-on-5 in this one. They're going to come in, Barrier does Charge, and Toby answers in kind.
Just perfect synergy there. Lucio's on Lucio's, and then the Fluxes are in it too. Darrow's going to get out of here, drop him into the Blossom and bring the pain.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. You're going to see a lot of really cool stuff with this Sigma ultimate. What an interesting hero to add into the mix of the Overwatch crew. And that's it. Flux into Death Blossom.
Not quite the fight ender, but, or map ender rather, but still possible. Marvel, oh buddy, there's over quite a bit. Good shield gets topped up here by J-Hong. Coalescence on Coalescence once again, mirroring each other, but this time it is the opposite. It's Fitzfine and Rio, and Hotba's dead as well, so 2 kills, make that 3, and that's just a hard reset coming in here from the Charge.
Coalescence goes through the shield. He puts it behind the wall. The rest of his team gets the damage boost from it. Meanwhile, Rio's died immediately.
Eileen getting blown up. He's falling way behind in terms of statistics right now. The Seoul Dynasty, who are flat out dominating, but their damage dealers are ahead of the Charge damage dealers, and that's making all the difference here when you're relying so heavily on the Fist to find the kills. So 95%, is anybody going to be able to make it to the point? It's not looking likely. They've got just a split second here, and it's not happening. Charge cannot make it in time, and the Seoul Dynasty extend their lead 3-1 to score.
Seoul Dynasty put themselves on match point in our play-in tournament for the Overwatch League 2019 season. Narissa was going to go down.
There was the halt to efficient combo.
A great long distance start puts J-Hong to sleep, and now the healing is resting for a while. They take positional advantage off of that dart.
Boom. No hesitation from J-Hong, just goes for the Coalescence immediately. Shu should be able to get the spot heal going with the boost as well. No hesitation on his side. Gonna use that immediately. We're gonna get Nero all buffed up, and this is when he can do serious damage. Fitz first to go down in this fight, and Michelle, yep. Nero's just doing too much damage when he's boosted, even without the boost.
Anti comes in, and they're gonna clean this one up. The Charge will take this first point, and I don't think you can overstate that sleep dart enough.
Yeah, so you're going to get both of the bongos in. Now Nero's in with the blood. Yeah, this is big damage. Boosted. Boosted Blossom just wrecks everything. Either one of these teams is going to have to find a kill.
Well, I mean, not really for the Charge. They're getting pushed back. There's the kill.
There it is. Fitz finds a Rio gone, and that is going to just open it wide here. Seoul Dynasty shepherding the Charge back to their spawns, but there's only 30 seconds left on the clock, Hex.
One last chance for the Charge to get a little bit more progress as Fitz continues to put on a show here, and then Nano, Nero, or Eileen to get in and finish.
Well, that's a start. Taking Fitz out of the picture early.
But someone's got to get some payload. It's Chara, but Chara's dead. Someone else has to get the payload now.
Who's gonna make it? Who's gonna make it? We do have the setup. Yes, they do manage to get a body on there, but they've given up a lot to do so. Still, big kills coming through here for the Charge. 3 laid low for the Seoul Dynasty. J-Hong barely holds on. You still got Flooding, you still got Fitz though. They have their ults, and Michelle's gonna make the change. She's going for the Hammond.
Not there.
What?
No one gets there.
Meteor strike.
Well, it turns out Seoul can make mistakes too. Barriers are up. Opportunity here, moving in. Flena keeping the angle wide though. Wanted to put the pressure on. Maximum pressure, at least to Hotba. Getting overwhelmed.
Hotba kind of took himself out of the party, but his healers are going to be there. No! Chara goes for the bold res! And that might just be fight.
That was confidence building there. Or the opposite of that. Nero, goodbye.
No, he's still there, but even though the primary from Doofus not too strong, it's enough to finish off the local heroes. They can only win it. It's a long way from now.
Yeah, Hex, I feel like that. So what do you have against Seoul? Do they owe you for dinner or something? Like, trying to curse them here?
No, because I'm looking at the kill feed and it's looking pretty golden for him.
But they just got obliterated there. I mean, Charge. Let's see it though. Nero, the first to go down here for the Charge. That's not going to help things. But again, it's just Fitz. Fitz good. Fitz thinks. It's just running off right now in the back line. 3 kills for Fitz. Eileen chiming in, saying, hey, I'm here too. But Fitz, he is just, oh, the timing impeccable. What a save. That would have been a dead Eileen. Well, it turns out he will collect the kill anyway. And the Seoul Dynasty right now just will not be stopped.
I think there's a single kill, maybe 2 kills for Guangzhou Charge on their entire defense thus far. You gotta find a point to stabilize here. You gotta maybe use an ultimate to stabilize. I guess it's gotta be Hotba. Hotba's gotta get something done here, but it's been Fitz just running wild.
in perfect opening now for the Seoul Dynasty to push forward and just slam it home. Charges. They're getting forced back on every side now. Some good healing coming in from Jaehong, and they are just pushing forward. Seoul Dynasty right now, can they get the job done? Can they just collect the 3 points? Not record time, but it's pretty close. 250 on the clock, and Seoul just going for it. It's Seoul Dynasty. They have to collect the 3 now. There's nothing really that can be done for the charge. They are Hanma! Thought for a second he might contest it, but it's not meant to be. And the Seoul Dynasty tie it up 3-3. And now Jaehong with the coalesces to beam his way through, and it's Eileen who goes down first here for the charge. And the Seoul Dynasty, they might be making it happen here. Hex is looking good. It's Shu and Char, the last 2 alive, and the quick take for the Seoul Dynasty. A victory for Seoul and a spot in the playoffs.
Well, the Seoul Dynasty have not looked like world beaters throughout the year, but we say it all the time. Peak at the right time. This meta seems like it suits them very well. It suits their pool. It suits what they want to do. You've got Jaehong and Toby coming back in.
So many of them, but our Omen player of the match, the man who stood out the most, it is. That is definitely not, but that is Fitz.
Look, Fleta, it came up big when they needed him, and he was able to shut down the Bar and Mercy, and he had plays, but Fitz was consistently a monster on the ground in a game in which we thought Eileen would dominate. Eileen had his moments, but if you talk about the overall big, grand picture of things, Fitz had a better Doomfist. He just had a better Doomfist. Time and time again, especially that last map on Eichenwalde, to really just crush, to go through and get those 2Ks, 3Ks, and constantly, and they just couldn't stop him. A lot of credit has to go to Jaehong to keeping him alive there, because, you know, Fitz is getting himself in situations. Jaehong's like, I got you, I click stuff, I'm good. And Fitz had a breakout moment there, and so when you pair Fitz and Fleta together in this meta going, look, I think in this meta, if you don't have Doomfist, you're in trouble.